Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what my life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smile. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about your hand, about letting a hand. 1, 2, 3. Swing wide the door, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard before. I learned to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, about lending a hand, about lending a hand, about lending a hand. 1, 2, 3. Swing wide the door, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Cha cha cha.
Tribute to the culture, to the language, to our friends in the Indigenous community. And welcome, 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 no matter where you are, whether you're here in person or whether you're online and watching us from anywhere in the world, and no matter where you are in your spiritual path, you are most welcome here. And would you join me now for a brief opening prayer? Let us just center ourselves in this beautiful day and in the beautiful energy that we feel circulating amongst us this morning. And we celebrate this holiday weekend, we celebrate the privilege we have to live on this land and to live in safety and security and freedom. At the same time, acknowledging that we are moving forward into a better future, owning up to mistakes that have been made in the past, which makes our commitment to a better future all the more important and meaningful. And as we grow together, become our awareness of our oneness, not just in this room, but with all of humanity and all of life, we allow that awareness to expand our minds and our hearts, and move us forward in peace, beauty, and love. And so it is. And may we have some music, maestro.
We are one with all creation. Endless are our possibilities. Wake up and join the celebration. Everyone's welcome in this community. Celebrate with joy. Celebrate the love we share. Celebrate peace and harmony. Celebrate with joy. Celebrate the love we share. Celebrate our unity. Celebrate with joy. Celebrate the love we share. Celebrate peace and harmony. Celebrate with joy. Celebrate the love we share. Celebrate our unity. Celebrate our unity. Celebrate our unity. Up, up, up to a higher place. Up, 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 far beyond this time and space. Up, up, up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to higher place. Up, up, up to a higher place. Up, 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 far beyond this time and space. Up, up, up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place, higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. No more forward, no more backward, no more spinning around and around. My life is moving ever upward. My feet are leaving the ground. Up, up, up to a higher place. Up, 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 far beyond this time and space. Up, up, up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place, higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Up, up, up to a higher place. Up, 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 far beyond this time and space. Up, up, up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place, higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place, higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place.
I heard someone behind me say, "Oh, I like this song." Who wrote that song? Anybody know? Daniel Namaud. Who wrote the song Swing Wide the Doors? Daniel Namaud. I'm just saying. Okay. So our reading this morning is from the introduction to The Quest, which is a year-long unity program that's sort of a combined introduction and deep dive into New Thought thinking and teachings. So this is called a spiritual seedling. You are a spiritual seedling. Compared to our limitless spiritual potential, we all are. Because you are, your spiritual quest must be nurtured as one would nurture any tiny plant. Like a seedling, your growth may need sheltering from the winds of pessimism blown toward you by well-meaning and not so well-meaning friends, and from the droughts of discouragement within yourself. It is crucial that you surround yourself as much as possible with supporters, with people who are not only happy, but eager to help you find the God within you. Although the inner journey is a solo one, through encouragement, motivation, inspiration, and prayer, the support of caring friends can make it easier for you to achieve your transformation. As seedlings, we are fragile, easily swayed in any direction, and easy to uproot. The more we grow in spiritual awareness, the stronger we become, and the more able to resist the events and circumstances that tend to drive us off our chosen path. So from this moment on, our energies should be invested in our growth and activities which are spiritually rewarding and lead to higher states of consciousness. Be especially careful not to squander your energy on negative people who don't believe in what you are doing, or people who disapprove of your quest. Interacting with them can drain and dissipate your energy. Instead, seek those who support you, for they will return increased energy to you. And I think this applies whether you're just beginning on a spiritual journey or nearing the end. Don't you? Namaste. One more song, if you please, after which we will welcome Rev Thomas.
Running around fixing this all that. You give it up to God and then you're taking it back. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way and let God do his thing. You look like the weight of the world's on your back. Just take a deep breath and cut yourself some slack. All that drama ain't good for you. You could change what it is if you wanted to. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way and let God do his thing. Sun's gonna shine and the river's gonna flow. The tide's gonna rise without you say so. The universe is working and the good is flowing. You don't plan to sit and dig enough to see what's going. Get out of the way.
It does sound like this.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way and let God do his thing. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way and let God do his thing.
That's great. Awesome. Thank you.
Decided to take the long road here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Man, I love technology. Don't you? Come on. Come on. It's an opportunity to be challenged, to grow. Right? What's that? Also to isolate? Oh, technology isolate? Yeah. Wow. So I haven't seen everybody for a while. I've been away. So how is everyone?
Great. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm doing well, you know. My daughter's graduated high school. Yeah. We've been promming it up. Yeah. We had a bunch of people at our house, and then we went to the high school, and I think Leslie was at the dance all night doing some stuff there, probably checking in on the kids. No, she wasn't. She was volunteering. No. But yeah, it's been good, and now we're sitting there going, now what are we going to do with the rest of our lives? Yeah, that's going to happen. So there's this group of students with their guru, and they say, Master, what did you get as a result of enlightenment? What did enlightenment give you? And the guru thinks about it for a moment, and he says, well, I'll tell you what it gave me. When I eat, I eat. When I listen, I listen. And when I look, I look. And that's what enlightenment gave me. Oh, and if I turn my mic on, whoa! There we go. I'll start that over. No, you all heard it. You all heard it. And his bewildered disciples replied back, but everybody does that. Everybody does that. And the guru starts laughing. Ha 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 ha. Well, if everybody does that, then they're all enlightened. The challenge is not everybody does that, do they? How often do we do that? Just a show of hands. How often are you consciously eating, looking, hearing, like all the time? No. So if you were to average it out, let's say, how about 70% of the time? Okay, a few of you think 70% of the time. Okay, how about 50% of the time? Yeah, a lot more in the 50. And this isn't like good or bad, right? It's just a noticing that, oh, might be something I want to work on. And how about less than 50? Anybody? Yeah? Yeah? And I would say that some weeks for me, it's less than 50% of the time. And then sometimes it's a lot more than that. It kind of fluctuates depending on what's going on in our lives, right? Sometimes it's hard to get, I like the term getting off of it. You know, when you get on it, you get on about something, something's triggered you, somebody's bothered you, something happened out in the world, and you're just on it. And it's like, I am going to stew on this thing. You're not consciously thinking I'm going to, but you just somehow do. Unless you take the time to notice that, oh, hey, wait a second, there's something else I could be doing here. I came across a quote from Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who was a theologian. And it reminded me too of Buddhism, because I would think that this is true for both. He said that Jesus calls us not to a new religion, but to life. And I would say that everything I've read on both sides of that, the Buddhist practices, the Jesus teachings, they are both calling us to life. And lately, I've come to the idea that, when I think of the word God now, I've actually now think of it as just life itself. That is what God is. It's not something outside of me. It's part of me. It's around me. It's rolling through me. It's above me, below me. It's in everybody I see. It's in all things. That, to me, is life. And so if I'm going to worship God, I guess, if I'm going to put it in those terms, really what I'm inviting myself to do is to really take on life, to really take responsibility for my life, how I show up, how I react to things, what I think people should be. Anybody have any thoughts about what people might do better? Just, possible, right? It's possible to go there, isn't it? You would be so much better if, oh, I have an idea. I know what you could do. But maybe we should take that for ourselves, for our own responsibility. What could I do better? What could I do differently? What could I take on? What spiritualness could I bring into my life that would allow my life to be raised up? I was thinking about this the other day, this idea of my highest good. Anybody use that term in their prayers? For my highest good. Yeah, right? You've heard it a lot, especially in unity speak. Affirmative prayers is that, all this shows up for my highest good. Well, where is your highest good? Because if your highest good internally, mentally thinking is way down here, then that highest good isn't going to be very much, is it? It's not some arbitrary thing out there when I hear that term, for my highest good. Well, what is your highest good? What does that look like for you? What does that even mean if you're going to use that term? Are you doing things to determine your own creation of life? That highest good could keep elevating and elevating, moving up the ladder. All these challenges, like for me, technology seems to be showing up a lot for me right now to challenge me. And it's a growth, I look at it as a growth opportunity. How can I manage this in a way that it works really well for unity? Because that's sort of where my focus is on technology right now. We're trying to figure out, coming into this new building, and for me, it's a day-to-day exercise in thinking about this. What pieces do we need to make this better? What can I bring in to elevate myself so that I could lead better, communicate better with people, get better results? And I could be looking at it like, what could all of you be doing, or what could other people be doing, or what could that person be doing? But really, that then takes the power out of my hands, right? I'm now putting it over in somebody else. And I'd rather live from a place of power around that, which is, what could I be doing? How could I serve better? From Charles Fillmore, we get from the Revealing Word, the order of creation is from the formless to the formed, from the invisible to the visible. This goes on perpetually, and there is never a beginning or an ending to the process. So that speaks to me of mind action. We think of something, it becomes, that's the formless part. It's an idea in our imagination, it's a thought. That's the formless. And then we work, if it's something that inspires us, to make it formed into the world. And it doesn't mean it's over now. That's just a perpetual cycle of us thinking, manifesting, thinking, manifesting, thinking, manifesting. And so if you believe that, which I do, so that for me is a belief system within me, then if that's something you believe, if you look at that and go, hey, that kind of makes sense, that what I'm thinking about, everything's created twice, right? Somebody thinks about it, and then it's created in the world. There first has to be a thought for it. Well, if that's true, then whatever we're thinking becomes important. Yes? Like so then if that's true, then it's incumbent upon us, in my mind, to manage what we're thinking, to actually be intentional with our thinking, to even notice when we're going down anybody gone down a rabbit hole a couple times? Like, right? How long? How many days? What's your record? What do you think your record is for how many days going down the rabbit hole of something. Like, no, think about it. You might get a really good laugh out of it, right? You might be like, oh man, there was this time, it was weeks that I was in this place. And maybe now you can laugh at it, but back then it was probably a crisis of some kind. And imagine if we could, in those moments, if we could have gotten off of it, right? Had the tools, had the system in place, had the way of noticing that we could actually step outside, kind of like the observer, like look and go, oh, look at what I'm doing right now. Has anybody ever done that? Just kind of stood back and gone, wow, who's that person? And here's the thing, though. We don't want to just do it when it's like a bad cycle. We want to do it when it's good, too. We want to notice when we're actually doing things that are in service, that are, back to that term, our highest good. Right? If we do that, then we can actually maybe replicate that and go, oh, when I do that, I feel really good about my life, and I feel calm, and I don't have anxiety, and I'm not in crisis, and I'm not having confrontation with others. So maybe I want to do more of that, and then we notice, well, when I do that stuff over there, it gets kind of messy. And I don't want to do that stuff anymore. I want to find this piece here from Anthony DeMello. Sorry, I have so many notes today. Anyhow, I'll go off my memory of it. Anyhow, Anthony DeMello, I don't know if you all know who Anthony DeMello is. I can't give you a bio on him. I just know he's no longer with us, but he was Indian background, Hindu origins, became a Jesuit priest, and so he kind of melds those two worlds together when he speaks, and it's amazingly powerful to listen to him. So I was listening to a YouTube video the other day, and he says, I love this. He says, "Hey, face it, your life is a mess, right? Just face it, your life is a mess, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault, because we've been raised with these ideas and perceptions of how we're supposed to show up and how we're supposed to do this thing that we're doing, right? And it's trained in us when we're little. And then when we realize that, then we spend the rest of our life trying to back that truck up and get out of that space of all of those things. And that's when it's messy, right? When we're actually aware that, oh man, I could be doing things way differently. And then the scramble is on. Like, how do I do that? And then life looks really messy from that perspective. And it's easy to sort of get down on ourselves when we're in that, right? It would be easy to look at ourselves and kind of, give up, surrender. And that is what there is to do, though, right? Is to actually surrender to it and go, oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna be with it and allow ourselves to really feel and experience that, yeah, my life is messy sometimes. And it's okay. And I am open and willing to have that shift. And so what do I need to do? And this is what prayer really is. It's not asking for something out there to come and save you. Prayer is really noticing where you're at and where you're not at. And really being in the silence of that and allowing what there is to come in. And that becomes a creative force where we now can determine what it is we're going to do. And sometimes you might not do it. Anybody that? You get these, if I could just do that. And then, for me, it's like, but the Stanley Cup playoffs are on. I could watch them instead. It's my kryptonite. That and potato chips. Anybody else potato chips? Is there any potato chip fans here? Yeah. We should start a club, the Unity Potato Chip Club. Are you in? Friday nights. Friday nights we get together and with whatever flavors we want, and we just indulge on potato chips till we've had enough. I'm thinking, if we did it every Friday, we'd probably get sick of it. We would heal ourselves of the potato chip need. So we have within us this mind. It is the great arbiter of our life. And so it's so I don't know why I keep talking about this. I guess because I don't get it yet. Maybe I just don't fully believe it. I need to keep talking about the fact that we have the power to create our lives however we want them to go. And it takes work, though. And I don't like to use the word work because if you fall into the practice, I like that, fall into it. If you fall into the practice of meditation, of doing prayer and meditation every day, it's no longer work. It's actually something that I require. Like I don't feel good in the morning until I've had that moment. And it doesn't have to be an hour. It could be 3 minutes of just consciously knowing right now I am taking this time out. I got a bunch of stuff to do, but I'm not going to start anything until I get this done first. This is like the number one thing that allows me to then set my day. Everything else can come at me after that, and I'm okay. I can manage it. But if I haven't done that and stuff starts showing up, I'm kind of scattered. And that is the power to create. That is us determining our very own creation of life. It takes the power out of anybody else and puts it firmly in our shoes. And then, pardon my English, the shitstorm can come after that. But at least you've grounded yourself in something. And that's a much better place to operate from. That is like setting up your highest good. And you can use any practice. You can, speak to Buddha, you can speak to Jesus, you can speak to God, the universe, whatever you want. There's no rules. There's nobody that's going to come in and checkmark stuff. I don't think you're doing this right. Right? And maybe you need somebody to assist you. Maybe guided meditations are a help. And there's plenty of places you can find guided meditation. And then maybe you move off of that later and you begin to just sit in the silence because you've gained that muscle of meditation and prayer practice. The Buddha said the world is full of sorrow, and the root of sorrow is, anybody? Attachment, yes. The root of sorrow is attachment. Even when we're looking for our highest good, if we're attached to the way it's supposed to look, watch out, because it'll pass you by then. That gift that you were asking for, that presence that you were requesting, that place that you were standing for something better, some highest good in your life, if you're attached to the way it's supposed to look and how it's supposed to show up, you're going to miss it. The idea is to be open. Make the request, let it go, right? Just let it fly away. It's no longer your concern. You do have to act, though. We can't just sit on the sofa on Friday nights eating potato chips, treating like every day is Friday night. We can't do that if we want stuff in our lives. We actually have to move. What is that saying? Pray and move your feet. Treat and move your feet. It rhymes. Treat and move your feet. So, is there anything else? Did I miss anything? I think one of my favorite lines is, I'd have written a shorter speech if I had had more time. Uh, I think, so this also comes from Anthony DeMello. God is nothing like what we say God is, and is nothing like what we think God is. So if you find yourself trying to define the divine, trying to define spirit, you're hooped. We do not have the mental capacity to actually define it. It's the one place where I would say you can throw out language. Because as soon as you put a limit on it of anything, you've missed it. There is no definition. And maybe that's where religion has gone wrong for so long, is trying to put it into a box and say that it's this thing, or, I used to, anybody when they were a kid, did you ever do this? My dad's better than your dad. Does anybody remember this? Yeah, I remember that. Like, you'd fight somebody over whose dad was better or whose mom was better. Well, that's kind of like what's happened with God, right? Like, my God's better than your God, right? Mine's the right God, yours is the wrong God. Let's do away with that and just understand that there is no defining that. There is no words in any language that anybody could speak that would actually put a definition on it. And I think in the early Hebrew scriptures, they don't say the word for anything for God. It's like blasphemy to try to even pronounce a word for God, because there is no defining that. So if you're looking for something to pray and meditate on, just try that. Letting go of anything that would define the divine, and be open to it showing up as all things, in all things, all the time, everywhere, all at once. That's what that is. And even that doesn't do it justice. So let's take a few moments in this beautiful heat that we have in this room, at least for me. Maybe it's the jacket. Yeah, it is perfect. So I invite you all, if you're comfortable, to close your eyes. Take a nice breath in. Let that go. And just invite that idea of, when I'm quiet, I am quiet. And in this time of quiet, I invite my highest good. And as you're going about your week, anything comes up, you can request from yourself. How might I respond from my highest good? What would have me experience my highest good? I invite you to bring a gentle smile to your face as we close out with gratitude for this time together, for this community, this lovingly space and place that we gather. We are truly grateful. So it is. Namaste.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God.
Thank you, James. I just had to share this with all of you. So I use Otter, O-T-T-E-R, to transcribe. So I usually put it on and then it records the talk and it transcribes it. Also, I have the notation. And they've recently added to Otter a lot of AI features that you can then look through your talk and ask it to pinpoint certain things. But it also offers the opportunity to ask Otter something about the talk. And so I thought you might all want to know this. Otter, what are some specific ways we could start a Unity Potato Chip Club to cultivate mindfulness around cravings and build community? So I'm going to ask Otter how we might do that.
I can't top that. But coming out of that beautiful talk about prayer and that song about prayer, I want to let you know that the prayer box is back. And so on the table over there, you'll find yellow slips if you want to request a prayer. And I want to, at the top of each one, I've written a lovely Charles Fillmore invocation that Lauren shared with the prayer team. And I put this on your request, and I'll invite the prayer team members to start their sessions with this. I am now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I acknowledge thy presence and thy power, O blessed Spirit. In thy divine wisdom, now erase my mortal limitations, and from the pure substance of love, bring into manifestation my world according to thy perfect law. And then you state what you like. And I've also put some blanks in there. Prayers requested by, you can write your own name if you wish, and for, person or thing that you're praying for, and then write your prayer as an affirmation. Because in writing it down, you've already started the process in motion. And then the prayer team will sit with that and support you in having that manifest. So thank you so much for the prayer team for becoming active again. They've always been active, but we're going to get a little more visible. Okay, some announcements. Next Saturday, which promises to be a beautiful sunny day of about 28 degrees, perfect picnic weather, Unity Vancouver Island in Comox. Picnic, let's go. There's a sign-up sheet on the bulletin board so that we could carpool. So if you're planning to go, write your name down, whether you can drive or whether you need to be a passenger. Let's support our cousins, nephews, nieces, brothers and sisters in Comox. And next Sunday, right here, is the annual general meeting, so there'll be service as normal. The focus of that service will be there isn't a speaker, it's Ask the Ministers. So Reverend Thomas, Reverend Vicky, and I will all be sitting up here, and you can grill us on whatever you would like to know. And that will be followed by a potluck lunch and then the annual general meeting. Everyone is welcome. And because of the annual general meeting next week, there will be no What's Up meeting on Zoom this month because you get all your questions answered there. And also the special events planning team meeting will be deferred to the following week. And on July 13, we're supporting Brecon United Church in their Picnic en Blanc, which is a fundraiser for the Ruhr refugees. And I know a number of people are going. The information is all there in the newsletter if you'd like to check that out. In Vancouver, on the third Sunday of the month, Reverend Vicky will be speaking this month on the 21st in Vancouver. And of course, their prayer circles continue as always on the first Monday. Did I say Vancouver? Oh, yeah, I'm old. Forgive me. Victoria. Maybe we're expanding now. Who knows? Okay. And of course, you know who wrote that beautiful song we just sang, don't you? Daniel Nahmod. He's got the whole range of, sacred, beautiful, solemn songs and hopped up lovely stuff. If you haven't got your ticket yet, they're available right there today. July the 27th, Saturday night, he is in Victoria. And the following day, July the 28th, he will be doing the service, both music and message, in Victoria. And so Reverend Thomas and I have decided that we will not have a service in Nanaimo that day because we want to go to Victoria and see Daniel, and we want to encourage as many people as possible. We're so lucky to have this opportunity to get together every week. But again, our relatives in Comox and Victoria, it's time they had a chance to shine. So again, carpooling sign-up sheet is up on the bulletin board. Let's turn out en masse. And if you can't go, it'll be your turn to watch online that week. Okay. Thank you so much for your abundance, for all the financial gifts you give and the time and talent you give, and props to the prayer team that met this week, and especially to those who weren't able to come. We're going to get together and really support each other a lot, and the people who, Gail and Sally and Judith, just put on a spread and served. And it was so wonderful. Just so now, in all the ways you serve this community, we thank you. We thank you. And I think James can express what we feel in another song from Daniel Nahmod.
There is more than enough in the universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let my soul know the truth, whatever we choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough. There is more than enough in the universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let the world know the truth, whatever we choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough. Your infinite love made me, your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love, is your infinite love. Let the world know the truth, whatever we choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough, more than enough, more than enough.
Thank you, James. It's always such a delight to have you with us. And what do we think about the world's children? Please say it with me. We see the divine light shining as you. We love and appreciate you exactly the way they are. All of them. All of them. And our vision, Unity Vancouver Island, is a growing, unfolding, expanding center of light and love, mighty to attract its good and radiate good to others. Thank you, everyone who participated this morning. Tech team, I think we got it nailed this time. Yay. All right, thank you. So let's repeat our prayer for protection, followed by the peace song. The light that is God surrounds me. I am one with the light. The love that is God enfolds us. We are one with love. The power that is God protects us. We are one with the power. The presence that is God watches over us. We are one with the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And please join us for refreshments today. Brecon United gifted us with some wonderful treats today, so make sure you stay. Yay.